Do you worry about how much alcohol you drink? Then please stop for a moment so I can ask you a few questions that could make you a far healthier drinker. Maybe you think you have to stop drinking to fix a drinking problem. But what if you don't have to stop drinking to be amazingly healthy and happy? You may think you have a problem, but actually maybe you don't. One thing's for sure, you'll find out whether you have a real drinking problem when you watch this entire presentation. Better yet, you're about to discover the easiest, most reliable way to control your drinking, so you can consistently drink in far healthier, more confident ways, without feeling guilty or anxious, and without having to fight cravings for more or rely on your willpower. Because that has always failed you, hasn't it? Maybe you drink 1, 2, or even 3 bottles of wine a night. Or perhaps you drink too many beers or mixed drinks. Perhaps you binge drink, but only occasionally. Whatever your drinking looks like, it's excessive enough that you're concerned, or you wouldn't be here right now. When you were younger, drinking a lot might not have affected you so much. But now that you're older, it's probably not working so well for you anymore. Am I right? When I used to drink too much, I felt ashamed, and maybe you do too. So trust me, I get it. I justified making excuses for my heavy drinking, even though I knew it was hurting my health, my work, and my relationships too. Oh gosh, I've got some stories to tell. What about you? I'll bet all those headaches and hangovers, sluggish energy and slow thinking are not helping you to thrive personally or professionally. And yet, you can't see yourself giving up drinking altogether. So, now what? Can you get away with continuing to drink and still be healthy and in control? The surprising answer: yes, you can. What you're about to discover has been approved by thousands of top doctors, brain scientists, and therapists around the world, hailed the world over as the most effective method to get you consistently drinking less alcohol, quicker and more permanently than anything else the alcohol dependency field has ever seen. You see, I'm not here to tell you to quit drinking, because I'm not. I'm going to show you the easiest, most natural way to feel like drinking less alcohol, without feeling like you're missing out or always wanting more. This is for people who know they need to cut back, but just don't know how. Or don't want to stop drinking, but admit they've got a problem and need to do something to get their life back. Listen, I don't know how long I'll have this special presentation online, but if you're concerned about your drinking, even just a little, if you feel like alcohol has hijacked your life, and if you're looking for a solution that you can actually live with, then watch this right now while it's still available. You're about to learn why you can't drink less consistently, even though you really want to. I want to make absolutely sure this program will help you, to help you with your drinking problem, by sharing Hannah's story in a few moments, because it's what a typical client of mine goes through. Even though the details are so embarrassing, and she knew that when people found out about how much she used to drink, they'd be horrified. Today, this story helps countless people just like you break free from alcohol's grip. Like Hannah, you will discover the one and only reliable way to reduce your drinking by up to 50%. Even if you've tried for years and nothing else seemed to have worked before. In just 1 week, yes, just 7 days, you can feel far more confidence, control, and self-worth whether you have a drink in your hand or not. This is by far the quickest, easiest way to stay on track with drinking less, no matter what situation or influence circles you find yourself in. So you can consistently drink in a way that is much healthier. So if you're tired of all the midweek hangovers, not sleeping well, and so many weekends just ruined because you feel frazzled, anxious, and exhausted, beating yourself up as you wonder, why did I drink so much last night again? If you want to get off this emotional roller coaster and learn how to drink in a healthier, more enjoyable way, then keep listening right now, because as you might already have noticed, willpower alone is not a reliable way to keep your drinking in check. And there's a reason your willpower isn't enough to help you drink less long term, which I'll explain in a moment. I want to show you the only way to keep the fun and satisfying part about drinking alive and well, while at the same time change the side of your drinking that makes you feel bad about yourself, so you avoid the ups and the downs and all the problems that overdrinking causes. And most importantly, you become a much healthier drinker and get back to the true, real you. I'm going to walk you through the quickest, most permanent way to change your deep-rooted impulses so that you can be in control of your drinking, not the other way around. Hi, I'm Georgia Foster, the world's leading therapist in alcohol reduction, drinking psychology, and self-esteem. I'm also the alcohol expert on Sky News. I'm regularly featured in trusted publications such as the Sunday Times, The Guardian, The Telegraph, Good Housekeeping, Cosmopolitan, Psychologies magazine, and hundreds more. Over 25 years ago, I developed a unique program that's given hundreds of thousands of people complete freedom from over-drinking problems. Long-term tracking shows that people who completed this 1 week in-home therapy reduced their alcohol consumption by up to 50%. And as a wonderful side benefit, this therapy also significantly reduces stress and anxiety. The same therapy you'll learn about today totally changed my relationship with alcohol, and since then I've never felt the urge to drink excessively again. So you see, I wasn't always the world's leading expert in alcohol reduction. In fact, I used to be a very heavy drinker myself. Unbeknownst to me at the time, I was drinking to overcome my shyness and feeling like I was never really good enough. I can assure you, there are reasons behind your drinking that you're completely unaware of. And yet uncovering the triggers that are fueling your tendency and desire to drink too much is the key to freeing yourself from your destructive drinking habits. It's about eliminating your drinking triggers at their source. Now I know you may think you've seen and tried it all when it comes to ways to control your drinking. However, I can guarantee you this. What I'm revealing today is the world's most advanced, scientifically proven method that works deep within your unconscious thoughts. It quickly reprograms the source of your over-drinking in a completely safe and natural way. With a 97% success rate of permanently changing your unhealthy thinking and drinking habits into healthy drinking habits you can easily handle long term. This type of therapy you do in your own home, that's completely different. It fully releases your triggers to overdrink, deep in your brain where all impulses are stored. And I'm not kidding you when I tell you this. In 1 week or less, yes, in just 7 days, your cravings for alcohol could literally vanish. As it has for so many others, this works no matter how much or how long you've been drinking. And in a moment, I'll tell you the fascinating science and unique method behind the miraculous results of this program. First, as promised, I want to make absolutely sure this program will help you with your drinking problem by sharing what a typical client of mine goes through. This before and after story shows exactly how the program transforms a person's life. If any of her story seems familiar to you, then I promise this program will absolutely help you. Here's Hannah's story in her own words after I asked her to tell me what had been happening in her life and what changed after she used this program. She told me about one particular weekend that led her to finally do something about her excessive drinking. And she gave me permission to share her story so that other people, just like you, could get some help. Here's what she wrote. I remember my freedom from drinking like it was yesterday. It was a sunny Saturday morning in July 2015. The light streamed in so bright it stung my bloodshot eyes. It made my splitting headache feel even worse, like lightning piercing my brain. My stomach felt hollow with that familiar queasy sting of yet another hangover and another beautiful day wasted. Damn it, I said to myself, I did it again. I'd gone up with my 2 best friends, Debbie and Rachel, and a few others from work the night before, and as usual drank way too much. It's embarrassing to admit now, but I don't even know how I got home that night. This day after day effect of drinking night after night just wasn't working for me like it used to when I was younger, especially since I'd become a professional woman with a career. I'm telling you, if people knew how much I drank, they'd be horrified. Most days my mind was in a fog and I just felt slow. I was masquerading around work with a hangover, trying to talk intelligently and just get things done. And it was just getting harder and harder to pull it off. I was getting paranoid that everyone knew I was a heavy drinker. The month before, I had even gone to a few AA meetings. But you know what? That just wasn't for me. I know I'm not an alcoholic. I was just drinking too much and too often. Still, my little habit was taking more and more of a toll on my life, hurting my health, my work, my relationships, and even my kids. Everyone knows too much alcohol damages your brain and organs, and yet I just seemed to ignore all of that. You'd think I'd pay attention to how often I was feeling so sick and strung out, especially now that I'm getting older. When I was in university in my 20s, it was acceptable to drink a lot, and it just didn't affect me as much. But now that I'm in my late 40s, it's just not such a good idea anymore. I gained weight over the years and had this booze belly. I just couldn't get rid of it. I'd stopped going to the gym. I just didn't have the energy anymore, and I was in a bad mood a lot. Day after day I'd make promises with myself not to drink, and by late afternoon I was already betraying my own deal. I'd just ignore it all. Then when I tried to control my drinking, I'd get this desperate feeling like it was being taken away from me, and then I'd drink even more and feel even worse the next day. It was such a vicious cycle of setting myself up just to fail. No matter how hard I tried, I just couldn't get a handle on my drinking. And all I could think of every day was getting to 5 o'clock so I could drink again. I mean, seriously, how the heck was I supposed to get through the day and handle all of the stress and all of the BS life throws at me without numbing it with alcohol? And what about when I go out? Was I supposed to not drink or just have one drink? I don't think so. It all just felt so hard to deal with. But I got to admit that things had gotten a bit more edgy. It's like my husband had turned into the wine police. He'd see me pour another glass and I'd get that look. He'd say to me, "Are you sure, Hannah, you need another?" "Yes, I need another, Jack." He should have been excited I was drinking because his chances for sex were far better if I was drunk. It used to piss me off watching him nurse his one little drink all night. It was so annoying to be around people who just couldn't live a little. But then again, I wonder what people were thinking of me. And then it happened. One Friday night I was having dinner with the kids while Jack was on a work trip. I'd had 2 glasses of wine while I cooked dinner and another big glass with dinner. Can you believe? My daughter was only 12, and she actually asked me if I was going to keep drinking after dinner. She looked so troubled and nervous. I lied to her, of course, but I cringed and felt really small. Was this really me? My son was sitting there too. He's 16, so I know he chimed in because he was just starting to drive. He asked me if I thought it would be just safer to call a taxi from now on when I go out. I don't know which child's question was worse. The one who had some hope I would say, "No, I'm not drinking tonight," or the one who knew I would drink more and wanted to make sure I didn't die. Who knew they knew about my heavy drinking? You'd think that'd be enough to get me to not go out with my co-workers as planned. But I did, and as usual I had gotten in those few pre-drinks before I left, just to make sure I'd get enough. Then as I sat on my couch the next morning feeling so miserable, I thought back on all of those times Jack and the kids knew how drunk I'd got again. And again. And again. I felt so bad about what I'd become. What was I teaching them? It used to be that drinking erased all of my problems, at least for a while. But now it had become my biggest problem. I did drive myself out to meet my friends for drinks after dinner that night with the kids. And I knew I shouldn't have been drinking because I was clearly over the limit. But I said to myself, I'm fine to drive, even though I secretly knew I wasn't. Who was I kidding? Pretty scary, huh? And as the sun rose the next day, I woke up with the most wicked hangover on yet another precious Saturday morning. I was so sick I couldn't even go to my daughter's soccer game, and I'll never forget the look she gave me as she walked out the door with my husband. Then it hit me. It was right there, right on my couch that fateful Saturday morning. I just decided that was it. It was time to take my life back. Enough lying, enough making excuses. I had to make a change. enough missing out on the real me, and my one shot at living the best life I can with my loved ones. I was going to find a way to control my drinking and stop alcohol from ruining my world, or die trying. That's when I found George's program. I have to tell you how ridiculously easy it was to solve what seemed to me like a huge drinking problem. All I did was lay on my couch and listen to a week's worth of George's recordings. I looked forward to that special time just for me, relaxing on my couch. Each day I laid there listening to the program, I found myself feeling less and less like I needed drinking to get through the day. It even worked when I fell asleep during some of the recordings. Best of all, I truly didn't miss all the alcohol I used to drink. That was a first for me, and it felt really good. The cool thing is, before I had time to mess up or dismiss it, it was already working. Even from day one, I was consistently drinking less and truly okay with it. The feeling I had about drinking was just different. I didn't feel that sense of struggle anymore, and I still don't today. For the first time, I was able to understand what was really behind my excessive drinking. I learned the real reasons behind my drinking and why it got so out of control, and now I'm easily and confidently, happily able to keep it to just a couple of glasses. This program made my entire life so much better. My body and the way I think and feel has really changed. In just a few months, I lost 26 pounds. Without all those alcohol calories dumping into my body every day, the weight immediately just started to fall off. All the bloating in my big booze belly went away too. That was a serious bonus for me. I finally have a flat stomach that looks and feels so much better. With my drinking fog lifted, I now see what's going through my head more clearly. And when problems come up, I can deal with life without using alcohol as my crutch. I'm sharper and have much more energy, so I get way more done at work, and I love being more productive. I don't need to drink to feel comfortable in my own skin anymore. Even when I go out to a party, it's absolutely fine. In fact, I don't even have to get drunk to have sex anymore because I like me sober. That's huge for me. My biggest breakthrough is that I don't need to drink at the end of the day to get rid of stress and to relax. It's really given me my life back, and the beauty of this program is that I can still drink. I just drink less now. In fact, I drink less and enjoy it more. What more could you want? Now that you've heard the typical drink less story, do you see how quickly and drastically you and your drinking can change? And yet, you don't have to give up drinking altogether. If you know you need to cut back and still want to enjoy a drink or two now and again, this is the perfect solution for you. It was the one thing that helped Hannah avoid losing her 20-year marriage, earn her kids' trust back, and feel good again. And I know this program can change your life for the better too. The program is called the Drink Less Mind. With a 97% success rate, practically all the men and women who've gone through this program successfully reduced their drinking by up to 50%. Yes, that's right, by up to half of what they were drinking before. This is the method that's made it possible for hundreds of thousands of people experience continued control over their drinking, even when they feel close to spiraling back at times. Like it did for this woman. Brilliant. I'm absolutely amazed at how effective this program has been. I got into the habit of drinking every night and was becoming increasingly concerned about how much I was drinking, which was way above the recommended weekly limit. I read the other reviews, which were hugely positive, and hoped this program would help me also, but really didn't think it would. I thought, don't be silly, a self-help deal isn't going to make a difference. Well, I stand corrected. I read the book and listened to the recordings, and after the first day, I didn't feel like having a drink. Unheard of for me. Then I went another 5 days and didn't miss it at all. Then I had a little drink over the weekend, far less than I normally would have had, and I was concerned that would be the spiral back into drinking every day. However, the significantly reduced drinking has continued. It's been 6 months of only having the occasional small drink on the weekend. Try it. It truly worked for me. Are you ready to start a better life where you drink less? If so, congratulations, my friend. I am here to help you. Just look below and click the orange button to get started immediately. It's 100% guaranteed to work or your money back. Or keep listening and I'll tell you exactly what makes this method work so well to reduce your cravings for alcohol. First, a little bit more background on how I discovered this unique therapy. I am an Australian who's lived in London since 1994, and when I first came to Britain, I noticed many people drank insane amounts of alcohol. It was already in my plans to attend the London College of Clinical Hypnosis, the largest hypnotherapy college in Europe. But when I started diving into a unique psychology combined with hypnotherapy, and what that type of therapy was capable of resolving, it absolutely blew me away. It totally revolutionized my thinking and my own drinking dramatically. Since I graduated in the top 94%, the London College extended a rare opportunity to train and lecture for them, and I also taught in most of the university centres around the UK for several years. After experiencing lasting success in reducing my own drinking, and for those in all of these centres, I went into private practice to help the rest of the world's heavy drinkers break free from alcohol's grip. I focus exclusively on excessive drinking habits, since it's one of the biggest problem areas that hypnotherapy can solve so quickly and easily. Now, you may be surprised to discover that your tendency to drink too much or too often is not your fault. And if you've tried to cut back on your own and found you just couldn't stick with it, it's because there's something much deeper going on than you experience on the outside. This is what's causing you to overdrink. Something that makes it impossible for you to control your drinking through willpower alone. As I said earlier, one of the keys to being able to drink less is to understand what's happening in your mind that's causing you to drink so much in the first place. We now know the human brain generates something called your inner dialogue. You know those crazy conversations you have with yourself that makes you feel scared, anxious, and stressed out? Most of us don't even realize all this mental chatter is going on 24/7, but brain scans prove it's true. Problem is that the way you talk to yourself can be detrimental to anything you need to control in your life, but especially drinking. When this inner dialogue turns negative, it shifts into what psychologists call an inner critic. It's that little voice inside your head that makes you believe you're not good enough, that you should be drinking less. What's wrong with you? Everyone else drinks less than you. Your inner critic loves telling you that drinking is a good way to deal with problems, and yet ironically it exacerbates it. You begin to have the same old conversations with yourself like, I promised myself I wouldn't drink tonight, and yet here I am again drinking. I'm a failure. What is wrong with me? And the vicious cycle continues. This unbridled internal dialogue, most of which you are completely unaware of is going on, is the source of what actually drives you to drink beyond healthy levels. The good news is that this inner dialogue is just a bad habit, a semi-conscious learned behavior that's gotten out of control. It's one of the many habits we can change just by changing the dialogue you're having with yourself. In fact, it's rather simple and quick to change your unhealthy drinking dialogue in your subconscious mind, like this woman did with the help of the program. Absolutely fantastic. These recordings are absolutely fantastic. I have been concerned about my drinking habits for a number of years and have read and tried so many different things, but this program has been the only one that has the real lasting change. It not only helped me understand my drinking habits, but also how to change them. It enabled me to change to drinking in a way that meant I could still enjoy 1 or 2 drinks now and again, but now know how, when, and why to stop. A true revelation, and I don't say that lightly. This program comes with my highest recommendation. It is easy to understand, and I was able to apply it to my real life instantly. This deep revelation and real lasting change happens because of the power of hypnotherapy. And more precisely, it's hypnotherapy that's applied to your inner dialogue drinking psychology. This isn't the kind of hypnosis you see on stage or at a show, and it isn't going to make you look silly or anything embarrassing or knock you out in any way. This is clinical hypnotherapy that's been used for decades to successfully treat all kinds of mind-based problems, from depression to anxiety and insomnia, to self-esteem, weight, and drinking problems. We all have incredible minds, and this kind of hypnotherapy is excellent at helping you to use your mind to intuitively drink less. It literally shifts your mind into wanting to drink less, and so you truly don't feel the need to drink more. These shifts are all made through your own natural hypnotic state, called the alpha state. It's the state you daydream in, and the last state you pass through right before you fall asleep every night. This is the state when your subconscious mind is in its non-resistant acceptance mode, when your brain is most open to suggestion and new information and takes it in whatever you hear, without trying to judge it, fight it, or figure it out. Your brain just instantly stores the new information without any resistance, because this is the clever part of your mind that can create change much more easily. Perfect for slipping into healthy new drinking psychology to replace your destructive, unhealthy drinking psychology. The first thing each drinkless hypnotherapy recording does is help your subconscious to get into this non-resistant alpha mode. How do the recordings do this? You simply lie down somewhere comfortable, and when you close your eyes, you naturally start to go into a more relaxed and internal state. When you start listening to my hypnotherapy suggestions, you drift into the alpha hypnosis state. Don't worry, this is perfectly safe and scientifically sound. You go from your normal awake state of 14 cycles per second to 13, then 12, and then all the way down to about 8 cycles a second. Now you're in a state between daydreaming and the state just before falling asleep, the state where your brain automatically accepts what it hears without resistance. Once you're in this state, which is incredibly relaxing, you listen to my voice talking you through your new, healthy drinking inner dialogue. In an instant, the brain takes in this new information, and your old unhealthy thinking and drinking habits are literally swapped out with new, healthy drinking habits on the spot. It's like out with the old and in with the new. The deeply ingrained thoughts, habits, and impulses that came from your inner critic over many years and caused you to overdrink are effectively reprogrammed simply by having you listen to healthy drinking messages. The goal is replacing one unhealthy drinking habit after another until they're all gone. Each day you listen, you feel less and less like you need to drink excessively or drink at all. You just naturally don't want to drink like you used to because those urges are simply not there anymore. Hard to believe, I know, but virtually everyone who does this program says that the urge to overdrink could literally just vanish. Like this woman who was skeptical and rebelled all the way through the program and even hardly paid attention to it, and still her cravings for alcohol disappeared. Those cravings practically vanished. It's such a relief. This program, it's quite a strange experience to start with, but then I've never done anything like this before. Just relax and don't question it. At first I was disappointed because I thought it wasn't working. Then suddenly this odd thing happened. I haven't wanted to have a drink at all. It's not like the idea turns me off, but before I would think about a big glass of wine, and it would be only a matter of time before I got my hands on one. Then 2, then 3. Those cravings practically vanished. It's such a relief. I will definitely want to have a wine in my future, but it's nice to know that I call the shots from now on instead of the other way around. Try it and stick at it. You'll be amazed. It works because what you've done is trained your unconscious mind to drink less. Think about it like upgrading your mind's software. The files stored in your brain that contain your unhealthy habits are upgraded to contain healthy habits. Each time you listen to the recordings, you upgrade your mind's capacity to drink less and less. This radically simple yet highly effective program is guaranteed to cut your drinking by up to 50%, even if you are used to drinking 1, 2, or even 3 bottles of wine a night, even if you've been a heavy drinker for years or your entire adult life. And get this, it works even if you drift off while you're listening to the recordings and even while you fall asleep, which may happen because each recording is extremely relaxing. So relaxing and pleasing that most people find listening to the program becomes their favorite part of their day. A time to spend on yourself that you'll truly look forward to and feel much better after the 30 to 40 minutes it takes to listen to the day's recordings. Like this woman who used to be a stressed out heavy drinker and now she's not, even in difficult times. Absolutely amazing. This program is brilliant. Just after a couple of nights I felt different, which gave me hope it would work. Since then, there has been such a difference to my stress levels, and I have had to cope with a lot of extremely stressful things since then. It's unbelievable. I haven't picked up a drink at all. Georgia's voice is just right. She just gets right on with the hypnosis. It totally relaxes me every time, and I didn't think anything but a drink could achieve that. Everybody has noticed a change in me, including my children. I cannot praise it enough. It is well worth getting, and I would recommend it to anyone. Thank you, Georgia Foster. I owe you big time. Before I tell you the low price for this program, let me tell you how much incredible programming and support you get. because it's way more than you'd expect. You get immediate access to the entire Drink Less Mind program. Plus, since you're watching this video today, I'm giving you a special package that includes the Drink Less Mind ebook, 7 drinking psychology talks, 5 powerful hypnotherapy recordings, and the bonus is 3 months of the Drink Less Mind maintenance program, also included free membership to the Drink Less Mind Facebook page, additional free recordings from myself and other top experts. This special package has extra recordings and support to make sure you succeed in becoming a lighter drinker or your money back, and it's only found here. The recordings are designed to walk you through each step of recognizing and releasing unhealthy drinking habits. And remember, the entire program is super convenient. You can complete it in your own time in the comfort of your own home. Depending on which recording you're on, it only takes 30 to 40 minutes a day, and in 7 days, you're done. However, just to make sure you succeed, I give you full support afterwards. You get my Drink Less Mind maintenance program bonus with 3 more months of close support and more education, so you become more confident in yourself as a lighter drinker. This aftercare program alone usually costs $45, but you get it free in this special package. As part of additional personal support, I will email you each week with tips and strategies I myself use every day to keep you going strong. And I'll send you out recordings from other top experts on how to drink alcohol in more stable and healthy ways and still keep the fun alive. Plus, you get a few more surprise bonus recordings from me, like this amazing anxiety reduction self-hypnosis recording at no extra charge. You also get a free lifetime membership to my private Facebook page. It's a place you can chat and interact with lots of other people who are dealing with the same issues you are, and even make new friends who are really there for you. And the beauty is, if you ever do feel like you're slipping even a little, you can always just go back and listen to the recordings again. It's like you have an expert therapist to help you control your drinking at all times, whenever you need it. Make sure you listen to all 7 days to get the full effect from the program, so you can get the best results fast. When you do this, you learn to drink in a way that no longer impacts your health, your work, your family, and other relationships, and your future. This comprehensive package can be offered at an extremely low price for 2 reasons. 1, I was able to take the same kind of therapy sessions I have face-to-face with my clients and digitalize everything. The recordings you can simply and instantly access online from any device. And 2, because this program has enabled me to fulfill my life's mission of helping as many people as possible learn to drink less and be a happier, healthier drinker. Now this amazingly effective therapy is affordable to everyone who needs it. So how much do you think such an eye-opening, life-changing program costs from the best drinking reduction therapist in the world? Can you believe? Only $99.97 US. That's less than just 1 session with a face-to-face therapist. And if I remember correctly, that's about what it costs for a week's supply of alcohol, right? Not to mention the thousands you'll save all year, every year, by not drinking as much from now on. Just the recordings alone is equivalent to having 7 private sessions with a prominent therapist, totaling $1,750. The program is so set up for total success that I personally guarantee it if you'll just do your part and listen to the recordings each day for 7 days, you'll get a full 60 days to use it and decide for yourself. If you don't think it has worked for you, if you feel that you're still out of control with your drinking, even if you don't like my soothing voice or how relaxed the recordings make you feel, if you don't think it's working for you for any reason, just email my support team and you'll get every penny back. Not a problem at all. Remember, this is the one and only program that's genuinely there to help you reduce your drinking and leave you truly happy about this change. No more struggling with all those crazy, out-of-control urges to drink more. It's an investment in you. So look below and click the Yes, I Want to Drink Less button below now. It is the only program that's worked consistently and long-term for hundreds of thousands of people. Many of them may not have quite understood exactly how this works, but went ahead and tried it anyway, and are glad they did. Like this woman. The right decision. Slightly skeptical, I nevertheless decided to give it a go. At that price and with money-back guarantee, I felt I had nothing to lose. Almost immediately, I realized it had been the right decision. The holistic approach made me feel that at last there was someone who really understood what had been such a huge problem for me and must be a problem for so many people. If you think your habit of consuming alcohol is causing you trouble, the Drink Less program will underpin the real reason you drink and restore the real you. Now remember, this program is only $99.97 US and is 100% guaranteed all your money back. So make an investment in yourself. Look below this video right now. Click on the button below that says, Yes, I want to drink less, and lock your discount price in for this special extra support package today. You'll be guaranteed immediate access to everything: the Drink Less Mind ebook, the 7 drinking psychology recordings, 5 powerful hypnotherapy recordings, and all the bonus recordings too. Plus, you get as a free bonus the 3-month Drink Less Mind maintenance program, membership to the private Drink Less Facebook page, and additional recordings from me and other top experts. Here's what will happen the moment you click the Yes, I Want to Drink Less button below this video. First, you'll be taken to our 100% secure checkout page, which looks like this. Then, after you order, you can select the add-ons you prefer to help you start losing weight faster or even build your self-esteem and confidence practically overnight. Finally, you'll be emailed your username and login to the Drink Less Mind training portal, which looks like this. Here you'll find all the recordings, the ebook, the bonuses, plus a few extra surprises ready to use immediately, within seconds of checking out. It's that simple. Just remember, life is short, and you've been struggling with so many miserable consequences of overdrinking far too long. Or at the very least, you've been wasting precious time and energy worrying about you drinking too much or too often. The pain of continuing without taking action will only lead to more drinking and wasted days, more health problems, more stress, relationship issues, guilt, and further frustration. Yet, all of this can be avoided beginning today, simply by listening to the Drink Less Mind for 1 week, yes, just in 7 days, for only 30 to 40 minutes a day, depending on which recording you're on. Picture right now 1 week from today when you are in control of your drinking and can easily and consistently drink less. You are free, at peace, knowing you no longer have a drinking problem that you have to be ashamed of or worry about or lie about. You are experiencing the better way to drink, which is to drink less and love it, finally, without feeling like you're missing out or always wanting more. Imagine feeling so much healthier and alive. Today marks your day. You get serious and take responsibility for your life and the over-drinking that's ruining the person you could be. Take the action you know is necessary to put you on track to a healthier, happier you. Back to the real you, using a program that works. Try the Drink Less Mind for 60 days on me and see the results you desire, or you pay nothing. And do the only smart thing you can do. Take advantage of this limited time offer while you still can. Click the Yes, I want to drink less button below right now, and let's get you started today.